Hi, we are Bath Boys, and today we are going to talk about carbon, nitrogen, and oxygen cycles and their perturbations.
First, oxygen and carbon cycle. Respiration and photosynthesis work together to move oxygen. Plants absorb CO2, free oxygen, and keep carbon. Then, oxygen is absorbed by other organisms such as animals and human beings through respiration. In the atmosphere, oxygen is freed by the process called photolysis. This is when high-energy sunlight breaks apart oxygen's bearing molecules to produce free oxygen. Then the single oxygen joins with O2, creating O3 that can form ozone.
Carbon cycle is related with oxygen cycle. First, animals and plants respiration release CO2 at the atmosphere. Then CO2 is absorbed by plants, and plants release oxygen and keep with the carbon. Then plants and animals and humans die, and they transform into fossil fuel. Also, carbon can be absorbed by other plants, and they transform into ATP or energy.
Carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas which absorbs heat energy from sun, so it increases the temperature of the earth. Humanity has disturbed the natural cycle due to his activity. For example, the burning fossil fuels, the high methane emissions produced by the cattle raising, and the forest fires increase drastically the amount of carbon in the earth, which means the more the carbon there is, the more heat energy from the sun is absorbed, so the more Earth's temperature increases.
The nitrogen cycle is the cycle by which nitrogen is converted into various chemical forms as it circulates throughout the atmosphere, terrestrial, and marine ecosystems. The first step of the nitrogen cycle is called fixation. This is when atmospheric nitrogen is converted into ammonia through bacteria. The next step in the cycle is called ammonification. When a plant dies, it contains organic nitrogen. Bacteria then convert the organic nitrogen back into ammonium. The next step is called nitrification. This is when bacteria convert the ammonium into nitrite, and then they convert it again into nitrate. The last step is called denitrification. This is when bacteria use nitrogen instead of oxygen while respirating. This leads to the release of nitrogen gas back into the atmosphere as molecular form.